Welcome to the show, folks. Oh my goodness, did you miss me? Last week we had the one and only April Wyatt host, and it was phenomenal. And if you're a radio host out there, let me know, because if you have somebody take over and they get better results, that's a good thing, right? In the Hounds, it is, dadgummit. So if you don't know me, my name is Mike Ashabraner, also professionally known as the Redneck Connector and proud and humble leader of the Hounds of Business community. And you are tuning in to Mike King Biz Radio on ESPN RVA 106.1 FM. Woo! I am containing myself, folks. We just got back from Orlando at PodFest Multimedia Expo. To say that thing was life-changing is unbelievable. Cannot wait to be sharing that. So if you want to go to my LinkedIn profile, not a shameless plug. There's lots of info. All right. We'll be putting out a lot of good stuff for the business folks out there, soft skills, strategy, all kind of things that I took back and learned. So go to Redneck One or Mike Ashabraner on LinkedIn, and let's get this party started, folks. Just more excited to make an impact. Thank you for tuning in. And my guest today won me over, and it took a while. And this lady has the patience the size of Texas, and I can't wait to share it. So we're going to be talking about reinvention, folks, and not a reaction to burnout. But a conscious choice at every season of life. Deborah Jackson of Bella Grace, that's who we're going to be speaking with. She has spent decades building, leading, and serving at the intersection of wellness, beauty, science, and soul-led leadership. She is definitely someone who embodies what it means to move from retired to refired. And she's refining purpose, restoring energy, continuing to evolve without losing yourself in the process. Boy, I wish I'd known her years ago, right? Probably a lot of you do too. So it's going to be a grounded conversation about real things, about identity beyond titles, sustainable impact, and what it really means to grow, right, and thrive in life, not just business. So let's run the intro and bring this amazing lady out, folks. And folks in the live stream, thank you for joining us. You make it even more special.
Looks like your business might be in a bit of a pickle. Don't you worry about a thing. You ain't alone in this. You're just a success story waiting to happen. Trust me on that. Every bump in the road is just an opportunity wearing a clever disguise. Welcome to the Hounds of Business community, where we don't just sit around twiddling our thumbs. Nope, we turn those obstacles into mighty fine stepping stones. This here's a place where high-level entrepreneurs and sharp professionals gather to grow their businesses and mindsets, kind of like how a good old gumbo needs the right ingredients to be something special. Ideas thrive here. And collaborations? Well, they're as natural as sweet tea on a hot day. Success? It's a journey, and we're fixing to walk that road right beside you. Now, don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn for all the latest tips and insights. We're talking about the kind of wisdom that'll keep you ahead of the game. And while you're at it, head on over to our YouTube channel. We've got ourselves a treasure trove of videos, from expert interviews to webinars, everything you need to stay sharp in this fast-moving world of business. The Hounds of Business community? Well, we ain't just a network, we're a movement. So why not come on and be part of something bigger? Join us today and let's turn your business journey into a real Southern success story. Together, we'll achieve greatness, just like crawfish and singing on a Friday night.
All right. Well, this lady's been everywhere, absolutely everywhere, 3 times and back. So let's bring her on up, the one and only Deborah Jackson. How are you, my friend?
Oh my gosh, I'm so good, and it's great to be here with you, Mike.
Oh my goodness. And you don't say that to all the country people, so I believe you. So let's dive on in, because this goes way too fast. All right. We're going to have to get you on the HOB Live ASAP. But I know the folks out there, some of the Hounds have met you, and, it's something to say when people want to know more, right? That's where real attraction takes place. And it's not because of any performative thing you do, Deborah. It's because of who you are and how you show up. And you can't fake that. Once you go through things that you went through, you really start to understand yourself better. So let's start with that. Before we talk about what you do, I want to start with why you're here with me today, why we're taking steps going forward together. Who are you in this season of life? And who do you feel yourself still becoming? Start there.
Wow, that's a beautiful, robust question. And who am I in this very moment? I am a woman who is of impact in the conscious wellness reinvention space. And that is a conscious choice, because every day we get up, we get an opportunity to either, fall into the woodwork of life and just, be part of the ether, or we get to blaze a trail, as you said, quietly behind the scenes. I'm not a person that needs to be out there drawing attention to myself. I am simply following the energy and seeking people and opportunities with communities and other individuals that really want to make a difference. But it all starts with who we are from the inside out. So nothing is external for me. There's no external rewards for me. It's everything I do has something to do with how I show up for myself from the inside out. And that is how I can expand my world and make impact with others. Now, I'm not sure if I answered that question exactly the way you wanted me to, as in it was a two-part question. But who I am is a very conscious, professional individual who is crafting a life in this season of my journey that is not in, it never falls into unconsciousness. If
you and I have that in common. What I heard you say earlier, because you did answer it. It's the right answer because it's the real answer, and that's why I like it so much. You said it earlier that, hey, I go out and push up other people. I mean, look, we made a whole daggum art form and community of that, right? People like in the comments, Julie Johnson, April Wyatt, Nathan Mitchell, they wanted to do that. That's how they do it, right? Pushing up others. So let them people that you push up talk about you. And you have made an art form that way before I even thought about it. You have done a lot of things. And great answers. Let me ask you this. All right. And remember, I'm just coming back, so I could be messed up. You used the phrase retired to refired. Unless I just made it up and thought you did. But what does that actually mean to you? And why does that distinction even matter?
Well, that's a very, very important question because it helps us segue into why I'm here.
Exactly.
At the end of the global staycation, and I don't mean to add any levity to that time where we went through the pandemic, I was consciously searching for my watermark, how I could continue to make impact, find that, that platform that I could jump off of and take all that I had become and what I believed in and served and all the lessons I had learned and the experiences that I had in building both businesses in the field and also corporately. And I found myself at the end of that era being shut down, where the brain and the heart and the body were not working in unison, like a lot of people. And so I was led to a product through going on a conscious search by speaking with very wise people that I had built relationships with over the years and worked for and by, like side by side, because I don't believe I don't believe in working for anyone. I believe in that we work together, we're aligned. And so I just really went on a journey and I was led to something that completely leveled me up and changed the course of my destiny. And so I think that that's the important thing about coming from semi-retirement, not knowing what that next phase of the journey was going to be, and being open to being refired. And so without going into all the details, because we could leave, some of that for the next part of the conversation, I was reignited. And so all of that holy white light just congealed into one purpose that supported me in moving forward and sharing what it is that I do now and taking all my collective experiences and rolling them together and be able to support entrepreneurs and anyone that is looking to level their life up and to come full circle into owning their own vitality in any season of their life. So
thank you for sharing that, because I find that most people, because I do financial coaching, right? So I know when people retire and all the process, And one of the things that stuck out, what you said, was very telling. And I'll say this because there's people out there silently thinking that they're the only ones struggling. You were semi-retired, and most people will jump right back into what they didn't like, what they're comfortable and familiar with, right? They have the skill, they have a job opening. I might not get another job opening, so they take it. You, that's the courage level of you. You're like, nope, I will figure this out, right? It's like, reminds me of Julius Caesar when they burned the bridges. Like, there is no retreat. We're not going to go
Exactly.
backward. And that's what stuck out. Before you even opened your mouth, I was like, okay, this is birds of a feather right here. So real quick, on that note, a lot of people, again, they look successful on paper, but man, there's a lot of quiet restlessness. I've had tons of it. I'm still working through things. So how do you know, in a nutshell, how did you know, and how do folks in general maybe know, when it's time to reinvent yourself instead of just pushing harder, doing the same old thing? Like, when's it time to really take that courageous leap?
Oh, well, I think it is at any point in your journey where you have you're struggling. You are not in automatic, flow with the universe any longer. It's like you go to work and it's like you've got the brake on. And I actually even utilizing the word work, it's like when we do what we love, we're still putting our energy out there, but we are doing something that is so impactful that we're being tugged in to service, into heart-centered service. So I think it has to do with being out of alignment with oneself, when we're not emotionally regulating, when our nervous system is shot, and we are looking in the mirror and we're saying, is this all there is? Or we're at that job, just over broke job. We're chasing money instead of chasing purpose. So I think that's a really good indicator right there.
Woo, if me and you were like ping pong champions right here, like you set me up, I'm going to knock it back and hit the ball back to you. Because I went, and folks, even if so a lot of folks may be like me. They didn't even know. They never knew who they were. They never wanted to face their true passion. They just been on autopilot, right? So even if you're just going, hey, I never had the courage or whatever to jump. Now's the time. So on that note, because very few people know this from the school of hard knocks like you, right? We do live in a world that ties identity and roles and productivity, right? Like that's who you. Well, what do you do? Is we don't say who are you, right? We say what do you do in this country, right?
Mm.
So what happens internally, or what happened to you? Because you see a lot of this in other people when someone detaches from who they are from what they do. Like you're not just what you do, you're somebody, and then you do things. So what happens when someone learns to detach that way?
Meaning, if I want to clarify the question, that is that when somebody is disconnected from what they do and they're still showing up, is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Let me, this is getting deep. I love this discussion. All right. So it used to be, hey, if I want to be valuable, I have to learn how to do valuable things. I have to give, I have to be known. People have to go, that guy, firefighting was, so I had purpose and meaning and I was somebody. Fast forward through a lot of inner growth journey, right? Now I am valuable intrinsically. And
Right.
now I produce from that value. The things I do don't make me valuable. I am valuable. Therefore I produce valuable things.
Yeah.
You have, that's the most redneck way, or the country way I can say that, because that's what you've done and you continue to do. So what is the hallmark? Just any thoughts that you have when someone goes through that really hard process of saying, I'm going to go figure out who I am or understand me, and then I'll figure out what to do. That sounds great, but boy, it's painful. It's scary, and most people don't. You have.
Yeah.
So what's your insight here?
Okay, Mike. Well, I'm authority in this department. I recognize at a very early age and stage in my journey that we're here to evolve. That all the work that we do is to grow and expand who we be and our presence and our essence from the inside out. And so, personal development, business development, being dedicated and committed to integrating new ideas and thought processes and learning new principles, integrating them. And one of the quickest ways to integrate them is to actually embody them and then teach them, mentor people, support people in expanding that space within them. So I think the most important thing is being dedicated to who you're becoming. And at every turn of life, ask yourself, will my future self thank me for this investment? Case in point, and I know we're halfway through here, is I was out on Saturday night and I was very uncomfortable, not in a comfortable way, not in a place where I knew that I wanted to stay. And what I did is I excused myself and took myself out of the environment because I knew it wasn't the best use of my essence, my life force, and that the kindest thing that I could do would be to remove myself and go be in a space where I could feel safe, comfortable, vulnerable, and do my own inner work, and not be etched up against by things that didn't feel good to me.
Yeah, see, you're one of the very few people I would believe this to pass up $1 million because you would feel not okay about it. You put
Yeah.
values and happy and put your money where your mouth is. And I've seen it. I'm not knocking, but it's humanity, right? Everybody's got values till $5 million is involved. And watch how that evolves, right?
Mhm.
Everybody has partnerships until egos, right? It's human nature. We've all done. You, even though it's tempting, maybe you just been there. And I think that's it. You understand who you are. So before we dive into this one, all right, because I want to make sure you all know what the byproduct of her, who she is, and how we got here. I want to give a shout out really quick. Mike King Biz Radio. My goodness, brother. It's an honor to be able to push up other people, share amazing value like we're hearing from Deborah Jackson today, to bring birds of a feather together, right? So thank you, Mike King. Love our partnership going international, bringing that positivity into the business world and beyond. And on that note, folks, hey, shameless plug, well earned, because you all out there's too many strays out there. You're trying to be somebody, your best self. You're trying to figure out how to start that business, grow that business, that movement, that nonprofit. You want to help kids, whatever it is, but you just don't know what you don't know. You don't have the people, resources, and support to get it done most of the time. All right. So if that's you, go connect with me. Send me a DM. Just say hello. All right. What do? I'll send you a link. We'll take care of you. Go LinkedIn, Mike Ashabraner, Redneck One. You can also find us on Hounds of Business on YouTube. And I'm going to say it, even if you hate it. Hey, old school carrier pigeon, like Game of Thrones. We still take those, weather pending. So if you're just tuning in, I want everybody to go to a website. You made this for us. Appreciate you and our viewers. So HOB dot Bella, that's BELLA, Grace global.com. So HOB.bellagraceglobal.com. And what are they going to find there? What do you got there?
Well, we're super excited and great to be aligned with you, Mike, and thank you for your patience and your due diligence in doing the research and agreeing to want to move forward and share this with community. This was the one product that at the end of the global staycation that shifted my gears from retirement into refinement. It's a liquid gold product that has 80 human clinical studies, and it is really a vitality maker. It has brought together not only my own health, but I have in weeks, months, and 4 years now, scaled up a business that has touched hundreds of thousands of people's lives. It is a true game changer. So we have many blue ocean products that are science clinically backed, and this is one of the main flagship products that you'll find here. And we also would be able to share information with you if you're looking for clinical studies for all you functional medicine, medical background, spas. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me back it up because I don't want people to get lost. You're absolutely, you work in my country mind, you work at the intersection of science, spirit, and human potential.
Yeah.
And you have really, because you are a businesswoman, right? You have this unique gift to see, like, hey, this leader is doing great, but boy, maybe their energy's low, right? They don't seem as, their vitality is not as up. Like, And that conversation is missing. And you brought that back. You have real, like April Wyatt, right? You have real conversations about, are you okay? Like if my energy's not okay and I'm not feeling good physically and mentally, that's not a good day to be leading movements, right? And so, well, yeah, why is energy and vitality, why do you think it's missing in a conversation? And then the solutions are missing. And that's pretty much why Bella Grace is here, for people who need real solutions, not marketing fluff and all that, right? So to kind of back it up, why was that important? And what are you guys doing? Because I don't want people to confuse and think, oh, well, it's just some other company thing. This is really well thought out. I was impressed by my research, and I was more impressed by you and your team's leadership and how you communicated and how patient you were with people. So I want to make sure people get it. Tell us what they need to know on that, Mark.
Well, this company is not just any other company out there. It's a hybrid company that is cutting edge science. We're working with some of the top savant scientists in the world that have been brought into our company to design products that slip into the gap between marketing fluff and financial gain. So this product is leveling people up. And what's missing in our industry is, I don't know who's out there that needs to hear this, but how many of you have shown up at a meeting and you just don't have it? All your pistons aren't firing. There's no brain, heart, body, cognition. It's just not there. Nothing is in coherence. Like Julie Johnson talks about the nervous system. So when all of that is out of alignment, this supports the body in coming back into homeostasis, but it's like rocket fuel for the body. Why is that important? Because if you're showing up and you're not in a place where you can connect with another human being or a group of human beings, or translate your message through clearly, and people don't feel that, because it's a feeling. It's not just something that you hear or see. It is, you're transferring energy. And that's what we're doing, is we're transferring energy. If you don't have energy, no energy out, no energy in.
Right. If you're an athlete, you run a business, or you just run a family, right? If you're a mom, I mean, anything that requires you to do something but sit on the couch, you need every advantage you can get. And again, I'm not sitting here just promote. The way the company was born, who was attracted to the company, is what caught my attention, right? It just wasn't something to go sell things and all that stuff. It was really born out of a need. Somebody's like, hey, let's make something that will help people with this. Mm-hmm. And it's easy to just get lumped in. And I want to make sure that our audience heard the distinction of what I have seen. I'm still looking into things, but again, people know how I roll, right? Who are you? Why are you doing it? And how do you show up? Well, y'all passed that one. And then it was like, okay, let's look at the science. And here's what got me. As I started introducing this to people who are smarter than me, right, in this kind of wheelhouse, they're professionals in the industry, they were like, okay, that's different, right? So you guys have, because you just don't have data. You have real data. Like, it wasn't like, let's go prove it, right? This was like, hey, is this what we wanted to create, right? It was created by scientists with a motivation to help people, not just do marketing, right? And that's what caught my attention. It's not obvious on the surface, but it falls in line with what we've been talking about today, right? You truly want to help people who are going out there and doing life. They're making things happen. They're teaching our kids, right? They're doing amazing. They're starting businesses. They're helping cure cancer. They're working and this is why this company impressed me, right? So anything you want to add, because who benefits the most? Like, when people go, hey, I have this issue or that issue, who is it that you created this to serve? What was the need out there that prompted this?
So this is a science that is it's for anyone who wants to be proactive with their health, that wants to get ahead of the curve of inflammation, which is the number one destructive entity in our bodies. Anyone who wants to get ahead of autoimmune disease or protect their body against future surgeries, joint discomfort, cognitive health. We've won a global award for protecting the brain against early onset Alzheimer's and dementia, cleans plaque out of the brain. It brings down critical reactive proteins. So it really does support anyone that is a fast mover and shaker, that wants to be sharp and have all their pistons firing. It's really, a science worth diving into. And the scientist who did create it is a serial disruptor who is sitting on the boards of all supplement companies in the United States. We're a global company, but he is on the board and approves or disapproves of product ingredients. He's brilliant.
Yeah, because I wanted people, usually we don't get into that on the show, but if somebody wants to go and look, because people are asking me, and people I respect who do not do things willy-nilly have found it. They're like, wow, this really, hey, I'm going to put my name on it, right? I'll go out there and share this. And that's a big deal because the folks we run with don't do that unless it's true, right? So, again, this is all about, I want to feel better. I want to perform better. I want to go out there and do good things better, right? So, going back and just kind of closing what we had talked about, I want to go back to what you've learned inside, because 30 minutes just wasn't enough.
No.
It wasn't even close to enough. I could have done 50 segments, but we'll get you on the HOB where we can relax and make sure people have a chance to interact with you in the comments, etc. But before we go, someone listening right now, and they feel like they're between life chapters, right? They feel like you, right? Like, hey, this chapter is closing. I don't want to run right into it. Maybe they're just at a crossroads where they're just like sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? What's one question they should ask themselves this week that can help them redirect, right? Help them get some clarity instead of just jumping right back as life as usual.
Wow, that's just that one just flows off me like a mighty river.
I know it does. That's why I asked it. Go for it.
Because as a business coach, I believe in living in the next big question. And the next big question that I would ask in that circumstance is, who do I want to become in this experience that I'm facing?
You can define, you should, I would say, if you're like us, if you have an ambition that pops up and you knock it down like whack-a-mole and it just keeps popping up, that's why we're having these shows, all right? Because you're not alone. I spent 40 years thinking I was some weirdo that was alone because I had ambition and no way to realize it. And look now, look who I get to work with and get to know. And, self-improvement comes easy when you hear people like you talk all the time, right? Free coaching when you're a podcaster and stuff. So tell folks again, I told them earlier, if folks want to do research, check things out, take a look, maybe they're just ready to go. Where do they go? hob.bellagraceglobal.com. And
they can also reach out to me, April, yourself. April and we have all the science. We can get all that information that they're looking for, answer their questions. They can set a call up with me and I can speak to them personally. So there's just all kinds of resources. I mean, I do work in the medical community wellness space, spa, medical, spa space. So there's no questions that I can't unearth the answer for, or we can't get the information for you.
Well, my friend, again, what caught my attention wasn't science, wasn't anything, it was you. Somebody I respect. It was Dr. Constance Leland. I saw her with you and I thought, what is this? I was curious. I said, well, that's not common for CJ, and then I started looking. You started getting to know people. Then other people I respected was, oh, this lady's amazing. And then they took a look at what you do. And folks, I'm not saying it's the only way, but I'm saying if you're out there saying, hey, how do I lead with heart and connection and relationships? Is that a sustainable business model? Don't believe the lies. It absolutely is. And you're seeing it every day on this show. So, Deborah, you are amazing. Cannot wait to go chapter 2, take a deeper dive with you, and really go out there and help more people in multiple ways, internal as well as external. And thank you for doing both. And that's important because you do a lot of stuff that you just don't get paid on the surface for, but you love people. And that's why your business is thriving, my friend. So
thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. I'm so appreciative, and it's such an honor to be here with you. You know how I feel about you and the Hounds of Business. So,
hey, as long as we are attracting and retaining folks like you and the folks in the comments and the folks listening in, I know we're on the right track. I'm not here for everybody, but I'm here for somebody, or I'm just some country guy taking a walk in a camo hat, right? And so anyway, supporters, Mike King, thank you all so much. Friends of the Hounds, whoa, stay tuned. We are going like a rocket ship. So tune in next week. We got the one and only Baz Porter oh, this guy's high level and he's even going higher. I didn't know that was possible. So, folks, we'll tune in. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you for all love and support. Deborah, we will talk here soon, my friend. Be well, y'all. Time to wave. Smile and wave. Thank y'all for stopping by. Be sure to follow, share, and like, and send me a message if you had fun today. Y'all come back now.